Well, history is either very good, I mean, in the sense that the understanding of history, or else it's a terrible burden, because history does define where we are now. You're always the product of your past. The question is, how do you cease to be prisoner of your past? We've got to be able to escape. I think that I don't think history provides solutions. I've never believed that the past gives you the clue to how to act now and then. I don't think that's really true. I think the history is a sort of lesson book, though, of how people make the wrong decisions because of the context in which they find themselves. So that if we can learn to understand the context and to see it for what it is, then maybe we'll escape from that prison of the past. If we start with the word civilization, which is part of the definition of this prize, I think that we have to understand, first of all, that civilization is a compound. There are different things inside that. So there are different cultures around the world, and I think that different parts of the world have different interests. We're all our world is composed of human beings, and just like you and I have our own interests and our own education, so there is a collective interest. You're going to hear a great deal from people whose take on things is quite different from your own. Partly that's because they come from different educational backgrounds, they have different interests, different disciplines. I'm a historian originally, I've been meeting lots of scientists, there are novelists. People have a different view, and we have to manage the difference in our relationships, personal relationships, with other people's self-interest, and to respect the collective interest. So civilization is composed of different cultures, and I think that the greatest threat to that civilization is our inability to understand other cultures, so that each of us remains, as it were, moored in the harbour of our own culture, and never setting out on the great voyage of exploration of other harbours, other cultures. And I think that it's tremendously important that we develop that knowledge, that understanding, because without that, I think world civilization is rather loose and always in jeopardy, always being threatened by the outburst of the particular interests of one particular culture, of one particular country, or one particular economy. I suppose that what we ought to seek to pass on is wisdom, and to teach the people who are coming up behind us how to distinguish between what is true and what is just apparently true. We all make mistakes, both as societies and economies and individuals, because we too easily believe something to be true when it actually isn't. It just appears to be true. So we often think about other people, for example, on the basis of what we would call prejudice. That's not a true basis on which to deal with other people. And so I think that if we can do that, that will be a great gift. And secondly, of course, we've got to keep our economies going, we've got to keep employment, we've got to keep fairness, we've got to keep the rule of law, all those things. If we let those slip, then civilization is pretty much in danger, I think. And the third thing we can do is get out of the way when the young come up behind us.